Hi, it's Alan from SpinX Vitality. Today's day 3 of day 30. Make sure you drink your water with amino acids, hydrate, and we're ready to go. Here we go. This is a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu workout. 1, 2, 3, go. Sitting backwards, moving backwards. Major core exercise, moving forwards. Now we're going to change angles and hip switch, hip turn to the right. Excellent for core, hip turn to the left. You're not going to find a better core activity for Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Now we're going to do rollovers for spinal flexion and neck flexion. We do it 10 times. Breathe out as your legs hit the top of the mat. Breathe in as you come forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. In and out. There you go. Excellent. Do it 10 times. Rocking back and forwards. 10 times. Spinal flexion, neck flexion. We need this in the art of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Now we're doing hip ups. Pelvic thrust, hip ups come in very handy when your opponent is either in a cross-side control from the top or top mount. Very important. The second 10 is we do 10 for the first time, 10 for the second time. We go higher and higher and higher. There we go. Now we're getting ready for shrimp outs. We're doing the stationary shrimps, hands over opposite shoulder. There we go. Stretching your spine. Now the next thing is going to be shrimp outs. It's going to be difficult if you had total knee replacements as the knees don't move as much. But here we go. Hip out, come back to get your guard. Shrimp out, come back. Okay? Shrimp out, come back. Pushing off one leg, the other leg is dragging. This is called a shrimp for escape from the bottom side control or another activity. We'll do that 5 times. Moving the hips way out. Very, very important and critical also for your core. Now we turn around and we're going to do arm bars. So the legs come up in the air, the hip is off, and you're rotating. These are excellent for arm bars. I call these arm bar warm-ups. We'll do that 10 times. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the nose. Now we're doing spinal flexion. Very important when you get older. You don't want to be hunched over. You want to be able to stand up straight. So spinal flexion. We do about 5 of these. Now we're sitting back on the knees, coming forward and scoop for the hips, for the back. Scoop. Sit back. Scoop. Sit back. Scoop. Excellent. Excellent for the back. Scoop. Now we roll over. Now we're going to do the first part of gymnastica, which was designed by a Brazilian, and we call this Brazilian Jiu Jitsu yoga. I'm a little stiff. I don't have the flexibility in my knees as I used to because of my total knee replacements, but this isn't bad. I'm getting hip flexion here. Now we do kickovers also to stretch the spine and the hip. This is paramount for Brazilian Jiu Jitsu practitioners. Excellent. Move the legs to the opposite side. Your head rotates and open up the hips. Looking good. Looking good. Now we come up a little higher on that spinal flexion because our back is warmed up a little bit. That is the secret. Warm the body up first. Do about 5 to 10 of these. Now we're going to stand up and we're going to do our conditioning. This is 4 movements, 5 repetitions each as a beginning. And first we're doing 49 breaths. Breathe in through the nose, the stomach expands out. Breathe out through the nose, the stomach contracts in. It's the exact opposite as what you would think. Breathe in, the stomach goes out. Breathe out, stomach goes in. through the nose, nasal breathing. If you watch Level 1 certification on Udemy, you'll know that nasal breathing is what's up. Now comes the 4 different exercises. We're going to do squats. We call this half squats. Change of level. 1, 2, do 10, 3. We don't want to go down that low because coming up, which is the secret, is going to be difficult. So it's little down, little up, activating the glutes, the large muscles of the body, the hamstring and the quads. Now we do what we call sprawls. There's 100 ways to do this. This particular exercise was shown to me by wrestlers from Hunter College, and I absolutely understand that your belly button must go for the ground first. Now, mountain climbers, exchanging legs. Alternating legs 5 times. 1, 1, 2, 2. Now we're doing bear crawls, my favorite. 3 forward, 3 movements forward, freeze, 3 movements forward, back. 3 forward, freeze for 1 second. It's called acceleration forward, deceleration stopping. Now we're going to pick up the pace as we go forward a little bit. There we go, getting ready to do the bear crawl takedown. And by the way, folks, as a purple belt, I went to International Brazilian Jiu Jitsu competition, and I got the takedown on my opponent. I was 60 years old, he was 45, and I took him down with a thud, doing the bear crawl. And I scored the first 2 points. There you go. Now we're doing some basic stretching. Hands are up, reach forward. Early in the morning, we're not going to be as flexible as we are at night, but always after a workout, you want to do a little stretch. I'm breathing very heavily here. That's why I don't have the sound going during the live activity. I'm doing a voiceover. Little trick you got to learn. Now, one-handed stretch, because my right leg, the knee should be on the mat, but I can't because of my knee operations. I've got titanium in my knees, so you got to take what you can get. So the knee should be on the mat. It's my left knee should be on the mat, but it's not. I'll take this forward and backwards. Stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now, I used to have my knees touching the ground, but as I just signaled there, it's over. But I'll take this. It's a groin stretch, very important. I'll take it. The elbows can push on the inside of the knees, but I can't. Too much pressure, the titanium doesn't bend that way. Will it ever bend that way? I don't know. Now comes the real heartbreaker. You should be able to take your opposite arm, meaning my left arm, and put it over my right knee. I can't do it because my knees are tight, but I'll do what I can. I'll take what I can. At the age of 68, I'll take what I can. Now comes the stretch. Open the legs up wide, stretching the insides of the legs, vastus medialis, and you're not going to cramp up if you do this stretch. Forward, belly button wants to touch first, over to the right side, right hand on the toe, left hand up, make the letter L, stretch your obliques, back to the center, to the left side, same side hand is on the leg, opposite hand comes up, reach over. We're doing oblique stretch. Grab both toes and forward. Now we're finishing off the activity. Knee in, stretch, bend the knee. Bend, bend, bend. After knee operations, you want to stretch and bend, stretch and bend. And both knees in. Great for the back. Releases pressure on the lower back to the side. Nice. Come up. Other side. Come up. Ankle flexion for your calves. Head off the ground. Engage your core. Working your plantar. I forget the name. Let's not use fancy names. Working your calf and ankles. And we come up and we turn around and we say, excellent work.